If they had listened the first time that quiet boy tried to speak, that door would never have been opened in front of parents and cameras. But they didn't, and everyone remembers what they saw inside that room. In the school, nobody paid much attention to Gabriel. He was the quiet kid in the back row, the one who never raised his hand, and who preferred sketching in his notebook to chatting on the playground. To the teachers, he was distracted. To the other kids, he was weird. Then the day came when everyone discovered that the most ignored boy in the school knew something no adult wanted to believe. A secret that could have stopped the worst day of everyone's lives inside those walls. Gabriel had always been different. While the other children ran, shouted, and begged for attention, he simply watched. He watched everything. He noticed how Ms. Camila, the homeroom teacher, pressed her hand to her chest when she climbed the stairs. He saw the principal smile politely with some parents and snap impatiently with others. He saw the hall monitor disappear at the same exact times, slipping out to the parking lot with a stranger no one ever saw. But what Gabriel watched most was Mr. Roberto, the janitor, an adult everyone saw, but almost nobody noticed. He pushed a cart of cleaning supplies, earbuds in, eyes glued to the floor. Kids brushed past him, knocked over papers, dropped crumbs. He cleaned in silence, never complaining. One afternoon, after the final bell rang, Gabriel was the last to leave the classroom, slowly stuffing his things into his backpack. That's when he saw it. Mr. Roberto slipped into the empty room, glanced quickly to both sides, opened the teacher's desk drawer, and pulled out a wallet. He counted a few bills, slipped them into his pocket, closed the drawer as if nothing had happened, and walked out. Gabriel's eyes widened. He said nothing, yet. That same week rumors spread. Money missing from a teacher's purse, a mother swearing she left her wallet in the office and it just vanished, kids complaining that pencils, toys, even snacks were gone from their bags. No one suspected the janitor. He's been here forever. He's practically family, people said. Only Gabriel saw what no one else saw. He began to notice the heavy key ring at Mr. Roberto's waist, the way he lingered in empty hallways, the quick glances he gave to backpacks left on benches. Gabriel knew. To everyone else, he was still just the quiet kid. After class, Gabriel mustered courage and approached Ms. Camila. "Ms. Camila, can I tell you something?" he asked, clutching his notebook to his chest. She glanced at the clock, tired, one hand still holding a stack of papers. "Make it quick, Gabriel. I'm late for a meeting." "It's about the janitor. Mr. Roberto. I think she cut him off. "Gabriel, we can't just start making up stories about people, okay? That's not nice." "But I saw. He took money from your drawer on Tuesday." She frowned. "You must be confused. He's a trusted employee. Now go play outside, and don't tell anyone. This will cause trouble." Gabriel felt his throat tighten. He walked back to the playground, feeling as if he had done something wrong just for trying to speak up. At recess, he grabbed his best friend, Lucas, by the arm. "Dude, I think the janitor is stealing stuff." Lucas laughed. "Man, you and your theories. You see too much. Cut it out, or people will think you're even crazier." That night, Gabriel went home with a heavy chest. If no one believed him, maybe he could at least prove it. He started a small black notebook. Monday, 10:05 a.m. Entered empty room 5B, stayed 6 minutes. Wednesday, 3:20 p.m. Saw him leave the computer lab with something in his jacket. Friday, 7:45 a.m. Heard him on the phone. "Relax, I'll bring you more tomorrow." The more he wrote, the heavier the pages felt. The next week a notice appeared at the school entrance. "Attention, we are investigating recent thefts. Please cooperate." The principal held an assembly about respect, honesty, and not accusing anyone without proof. Gabriel's hands trembled. He had seen the theft, but to them he was just a kid, not proof. After school he walked to the office. "May I speak with the vice principal for a minute?" he asked, voice barely above a whisper. She gave a practiced smile. "Hi, sweetheart. Not a good time right now. We're handling something important with the teachers." "It's about the missing things," he persisted. She paused, adjusted her glasses, and looked him straight in the eye. "Gabriel, that's serious. Are you sure you're not mixing things up? This isn't a movie. Accusing someone without reason is a big deal." He hesitated. I saw. Have your mother schedule a meeting with me, okay? Right now I really can't." She closed the door. Gabriel realized that knowing wasn't enough. Seeing wasn't enough. He was a child trying to warn adults who preferred their comfortable version of reality. Friday of that same week was the school's cultural fair. Parents, students, and teachers flooded the halls. Projects lined the walls. Backpacks, phones, wallets, and purses were scattered everywhere. Gabriel's heart raced every time Mr. Roberto passed with his cart. He knew this was the perfect setup for more thefts. In the middle of the chaos, he saw something no one else seemed to notice. Mr. Roberto slipping into the teacher's lounge and locking the door from the inside. A cold chill ran down Gabriel's spine. He sprinted to the computer lab, which had a high window facing the lounge hallway. He pulled a chair under the window, climbed up, and pressed his face to the glass. Inside, Mr. Roberto was rifling through bags on the couch, opening wallets, stuffing cash and small objects into his own backpack. That was the proof. Gabriel scrambled down, heart pounding, and ran straight to Ms. Camila. "Ms. Camila, he's stealing right now. I saw." "Who?" she asked, startled. "The janitor. He's in the teacher's lounge. Please, you have the key." She tried to brush him off. "Gabriel, this isn't a game. Your parents are coming for the fair." He grabbed her arm, desperation in his voice. "I'm not playing. If you don't believe me now, it'll be too late." His panic made her pause. For the first time, she looked at him as if he might be telling the truth. She raced to the office, grabbed the spare key, and headed to the lounge with Gabriel right behind her. When the door swung open, Mr. Roberto froze. He held a wallet. His backpack was open, spilling watches, phones, envelopes with teachers' names. Silence hung heavy for a few seconds. The principal entered, saw the scene, and called the police. Parents began recording, whispering, shouting. Gabriel stood against the wall, not surprised, just tired. The vice principal, the one who had told him to bring his mom, stared at him, guilt flashing across her face. "Gabriel, you knew?" she asked, voice shaking. He answered simply, "I tried to tell you." Monday the school felt different, quieter, heavier. Mr. Roberto never returned. Rumors spread that he had a similar record at another school that no one had checked before hiring him. Parents demanded more cameras, tighter security. But the deepest change was how the staff looked at Gabriel. At a town hall meeting, the principal addressed the crowd. "Before anything else, we owe thanks to one student. If we prevented further loss today, it's because someone, ignored by many, insisted on speaking up." He called Gabriel to the front. The boy walked slowly, still unsure of what was happening. "This student came to teachers, to the administration, tried to warn us about strange behavior. We didn't listen as we should have." The room fell silent. Miss Camila's eyes glistened. The vice principal avoided everyone's gaze. Gabriel, on behalf of the school, I apologize. We didn't hear you. We underestimated your voice because you're just a kid. A few students began to clap. Others looked ashamed, remembering the times they'd called him weird or paranoid. After the meeting, Ms. Camila approached Gabriel alone. Gabriel, I remember when you first came to me. I cut you off. I didn't want to believe. He fiddled with his backpack zipper, avoiding her eyes. It's okay, teacher. I'm used to it. Nobody believes me at first. She swallowed. But it's not okay. You shouldn't have to get used to that. From now on, if you speak, I will listen until the end. Gabriel looked up, a flicker of relief in his eyes. In the hallways, the change spread. When a student teased someone as weird, another would interject, "Watch out. Maybe that weird one sees what we don't." Gabriel returned to his seat at the back of the class, still quiet, still observing. Now, when he raised his hand, someone actually stopped to listen. He still knows more than he should. He still sees things adults prefer to ignore. The difference is that this time, his voice is finally heard.